guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Moriarty. This is Moriarty's Universe, and today we're talking books. Welcome to October. We made it. There's only three, October, November, December. Okay, just checking my math. 3 months left. We've made it. We survived. Let's talk about the books I read in September. So, I didn't do as well in September as I did last month in August. I read 4 books in August. So for September, I read 3 books. So not as good, but still not bad. And a couple of the books in August were graphic novels, where these are full novels, so I feel like they took a little bit more time. The first book I finished in the month was A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It was amazing. I am still planning on doing a video all about it, just because I'm freaking addicted. I'm in the midst of finding book 2, which is Good Girl, Bad Blood, but I have not been able to find it anywhere, and it's pissing me off, so I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna read that for October. But Good Girl's Guide to Murder, amazing. 5 stars. I talked about it in August because I read most of it, and then I finished it in September. Next book I read is The Clue in the Diary, which is Nancy Drew number 7. However, I wound up skipping. So last month I read book 8, so I went back to read book 7 this month. This one, book 7, The Clue in the Diary, is about Nancy, who meets Ned for the first time, and they meet in interesting circumstances. Nancy and her friends are driving, they stop in lots of traffic, all of a sudden a house nearby doesn't explode because it's like the 40s, but it catches fire, it's a lot of damage, things of that nature. Turns out that there is a poor Swedish family that gets involved because the Swedish husband, the dad, they are a inventor, and the man's house that burned down, he promised him to purchase the patent and help him and pay for the patent, but he didn't. He basically took the patent, took all the money that he made off of it, and then was like, sorry about your luck, Joe. So it was super interesting. Together, they embark on a journey to help a poor Swedish family get money that was stolen from them and right the wrongs portrayed by a patent lawyer. I thought it was really nice. I like this Ned a lot better than I liked number 8 Ned. But then again, Nancy's just meeting him for the first time. He's not as football obsessed. It was a good time. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I listened to it on audio. I prefer OG Nancy Drew books to audio because it's like listening to a radio show. So you've got music, you've got sounds. It's just a fun time overall. Last book I read was These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling. I started reading this way back when, and I had to return the audiobook to the library, so I just got it back and I finished it. It was so good, so worth it. I wrote a little bit of a blurb on Goodreads, so I'm just going to read it to you. Hannah Marie Walsh is a lesbian. She's an elemental witch. She and her ex, Veronica, are both witches in a coven in Salem. When Veronica is careless with her powers, she starts a chain reaction that has Hannah and other witches in her coven racing against the clock to protect themselves from a long-ago evil that's been underground waiting for the perfect chance to strike. Which is pretty much exactly what happened. I think it had really good queer, lesbian, bi representation, although I know we're supposed to feel sorry for Veronica in this book. I don't. I feel like everything that Veronica went through was her own fault, and had she listened to people who had had their powers long before her, listened to her guardians, she wouldn't have been in that position. But I definitely understand how people can kind of feel sorry for her. Personally, she annoyed me the entire book. I loved Hannah. I loved Morgan. The story's so good. I wasn't a big fan of the beginning just because there was so much Veronica, but once the actual ball got rolling, the story was amazing. So I don't want to give any spoilers, but I gave it 4.5 stars. mostly because of Veronica. Like, I did not like her, and even though they were exes, she continued to be a prevailing character in the plot and the story, and I wanted her to be gone like yesterday. So those are the books that I read in the month of September. Now, I started a bunch of books. So even though I didn't finish them, I want to talk about them. So I started this Coven Won't Break, which is the second book in the These Witches Don't Burn series by Isabel Sterling. I'm 10% in. I finished Even If We Break by Marika Nijenkamp. I'm 2% into that. And I started The Sign of the Twisted Candles by Carolyn Keene, which is number 9 in the story, in the series. I'm also listening to that on audio. I'm about 55% of the way through. So those are the 3 books that I think I'll have wrapped up for October, hopefully, and I can read some sub-book things. I've got some things lined up. I just got a notice that one of the books I requested is available. Let's see. Yes, so I'm going to read In the Hall with the Knife by Deanna Peterfront, and that is clue book number 1. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to listen to number 10 of Nancy Drew Password to Larkspur Lane. In the midst of reading Be Our Guest by Kate Kingsbury, which is the 3rd in the Mary Ghost series. I read the first 2 books. I really liked the first one. I didn't like the second one. And the third one is shaping up pretty good. I'm only about 12% through that, but those are some of the books that I plan on reading in the month of October. I definitely want to start Of Us Is Lying this month. Yeah, I'm going to start this. I'm going to read those other 4 because they're all on audio, so I should be finished with them shortly. And then I am also going to look for Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson, which is the second one in a Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, and hopefully I'll be able to read that as well. But I'm not trying to put too much stock on what I'm reading in October, just because October is a super busy month for me. I always have lots of Halloween-esque things planned. Tomorrow is Friday. I will be streaming on Twitch. Animal Crossing is getting a Halloween update, so I'm going to be doing lots of stuff with that. And then I think I'm going to play a spooky game. I'm going to stream on Twitch every Friday this month with a spooky time. I plan on doing 4 costumes on Wednesdays. And I plan on giving you some more interesting content, especially a Halloween lookbook. Sometime Monday this month, so that's what we're doing. And yeah, thanks so much for coming back to my channel, listening to me ramble. Tell me what you read this month, put it in the description below, and maybe I'll check it out next month. See you next time. I'm Moriarty. This is Moriarty's Universe. Peace out.